What is going on, y'all? Shields up. So welcome back to my channel, Elevate Your Energy. It's Jazzy, your favorite Cali reader and spiritual consult. So this is going to be part 4 of 7-part series, okay, of readings that I'm currently offering. This one in particular is regarding um, uh, magnetizing and manifesting, okay? So some vanilla incense here. Cleanse the space, recalibrate the space. I just did a reading for your next 48. Okay, so if that feels in alignment, go ahead and feel free to check that out. So these readings that I'm doing, this 7-part series, is basically just kind of like showing you guys, giving you kind of like a preview, sneak peek through a collective message of the readings that I'm currently offering, okay, or some of them that I'm currently offering. So like these ones in specific to energetic recalibration sessions, okay. So we are going to start off with a card from my deck, okay, Signs and Synchronicities Oracle deck, and get a little insight there, and then grab some more oracles and then dive into the reading. All right, so hope y'all are doing well. We just had the 11/11 portal yesterday, so that was definitely exciting, and on a Mars day, okay, but the moon phase is waning, okay, so this is really a time for releasing, a time of recalibrating, especially with Mercury being in retrograde. It's just like there's a lot. There's a lot of energy going on, to say the least. So let's see, Spirit, for the collective as it pertains to this spread. Oh wait, you know what? Before I get into that, let me give you guys a little synopsis real quick of to what this reading is basically covering. Okay, so this reading is to help you shift from wishing to aligning, not attracting or creating, because what you want already exists. You just need to align to its frequency by revealing the energy you're radiating and what you're calling in as the version of you that has it. Okay, so that is what this reading is designed for. All right, so if that resonates with you, if that sounds like something you can use right now, then go ahead and stick around. Okay, so let's see. Spirit for the collective as pertains to this spread. What is the sign of synchronicity that they're either seeing or should be looking out for, and why? For the collective, clear, accurate messages only, nothing less. Unicorns. Okay, some of you maybe have a unicorn tattoo right here too. It's so funny because when I got it, I didn't. It was the Friday the 13th type of tattoo, so I didn't really have a specific meaning for it till later on when I started my spiritual journey, and then realized like, oh, that's why I got it. I got it without realizing. I got it, unconsciously, but yeah, wolf at the bottom. So some of you may be definitely on a lone wolf journey part of lone wait. Thanks, Mercury retrograde. I'm not blaming it because it's not good to blame the planets. It's just helping teach me to slow down. So some of you may be in a lone wolf phase of your journey. Okay, we got that squared away. So we had two that came out. First card was unicorn. Okay, some of you may be seeing unicorns. That could also be a spirit totem for some of you. Okay, and then we have books and journals. All right. So some of the keywords on these cards are time to be fearless, shine your light, step into your authenticity and uniqueness, share your gifts, mystical, magical as fuck, free spirit, majestic, rare breed, spirit animal, freedom, fae folk. Okay. And it's so interesting because the reading I literally just did before I started this one did speak of freedom. Okay. So, and about the North Node energy. So some of you that you could be part of that collective that's seeing this reading as well. Okay. Take it as it applies. Please discard the rest. If it's not for you, leave it for those it's meant for. Okay. And these readings are general in nature, meaning it's not going to resonate with all of you. It's not meant to. Okay. But if you're drawn here, there's the message here for you. Okay. If you would like your own personal, you can reach me and book that. And so we're all on the same page. A super chat is not one of the methods of an exchange, energetic exchange for services. Okay. Just saying, just so we're all on the same page with that. Should go without saying, but okay. So some of you may be working with fairies. You may resonate with fae folk. Okay. You may resonate with the fae. Some of you always highly recommend doing your research before working with fairies. Okay. They're not to be played with. As cute and little as they may seem, and mystical and magical and all that, don't play with what you don't know. Don't pick up what you can't put down. That's real. Okay. And then books and journals, self-educate. That topic that keeps resurfacing. For some of you, it is about unicorns, okay? Or it could be about fairies, all right? Take it as it applies. Dive deep and explore it, all right? Write or publish that book. Some of you are writers. Some of you have a book that even myself, thanks Spirit, that you need to publish, that you need to go ahead and put out there, okay? This is your confirmation to go ahead and do that. Make it happen, okay? Rediscover, self-reflect, digital detox, document your ideas, take that class, study abroad, release perfection, don't judge, okay? So some of you, this may be a really good time to do some journaling. Some of you are maybe guided to do a journal practice of some kind, okay? For me, it's like I feel like I need to get back into it. I haven't really been journaling lately, at least in that way, like rising pages, or what people call morning pages. I call them rising pages. But that's a really powerful practice to start your day off, right? So let's see, Spirit, what else for the collective in regards to this reading? Magnetize and manifest. What else does the collective need to know about this? There's some details we can get to the collective in regards to this reading, please. Someone's projecting their insecurities, either you or them. Either way, that shit needs to stop. Okay, so some of you may be connecting with someone who is maybe projecting their insecurities onto you. Okay, and if that is, the case, that could just be an indication, just to clear yourself, is to, write some things down. Where is this person maybe showing me places that I'm, not embracing, like what we just talked about, the unicorn, right? Where am I not embracing my own uniqueness? Where am I not embracing, or sharing my gifts? Maybe, where am I holding myself back from, sharing, allowing my soul to express itself in its purest form, right? So some of you, that could be why we have those type of interactions, right? To show us parts of ourselves where it's like, you could do a little bit more improving there. It's not a bad thing, but it's just having an awareness and accepting, like, okay, I see what you're trying to show me. Got it. Cool. You know what I'm saying? And then move on. So let's see, anything else, Spirit? But that's also giving me an indication of boundaries. Okay. Some of you who you're unique, you're rare, right? Take it if it applies. Okay. You need to have boundaries with your energy. If not even trying to flex or brag or sound, bougie in that way, but if you know that you're a rare breed, if you know that you carry a type of pure energy, that it doesn't mean that you're not flawed, okay? But if you do have a pureness to your energy, it is going to require you, especially at this time, okay, the way the energy is continuing to heighten, the veil is continuing to be lifted, and a lot of our gifts are being expanded, are being activated, increased, things like that. It's really going to be important for us to really shield ourselves, okay? Shield your energy, protect your light, protect your peace, okay? Have boundaries, okay? Especially with people that feed off of you, okay? That use you as a supply, or at least try to, right? It's about having boundaries with that stuff, okay? And what strengthens you, right, is sharing your gifts, being unique, being in your uniqueness. Whatever makes you unique, whatever makes you different, whatever makes you special, whatever that is, big or small, doesn't matter. Whatever you bring that's unique to the table, to the situation, stand in that, okay? And share it boldly, share it confidently. Anything else, Spirit, for the collective? Magnetize and manifest. And I feel like that's why this is important, why this message is coming through like this, as it pertains to this reading in particular, is because what you manifest is based off of the energy you're exuding, right? So that means if you're, for example, okay, just an example, if you're exuding a type of persona that is not actually true to you, you're going to attract and align with fake people, right? People who are not in alignment with you, but they're being magnetized or drawn to you based off the person you're pretending to be. You see what I'm saying? So when you are responding or acting, operating from a place of authenticity, from a place of being you as best as you possibly fucking can, then you'll align with people who accept you just as you are, okay? And who carry similar traits to that energy that you're putting out, all right? So some of you, that is also what this is asking you to do, okay? Take those damn glasses off. Yeah, those rose-colored ones, okay? Some of you are wearing rose-colored glasses, maybe about yourself, about someone else. I feel like some of you like to see the good in people. You like to see the light in people, right? But if we don't have healthy boundaries in place, right, that we actually execute on, that can get us fucking trampled over, stomped over, okay? Been there, done that. That's why I can tell you from experience, right? Have boundaries and stand on them. They're not being mean. They're just what's necessary, okay? And when you're doing the work, and put it in the effort and all that, okay, it's like, this is what the fuck is required. It's just what it is. It's just what it is. Not everybody's gonna like it, and that's okay. They don't have to. You just have to stand on that. Okay. Anything else, Spirit, for the collective as it pertains to the spread? What do they need to know? And these readings are timeless, okay, unless otherwise specified. But so whenever you find this reading, whenever it's coming to you, that is when the message is meant for you. All right. So missing the point, you or them, someone is missing the point here. Okay. In a situation, maybe why they're not connecting with you, or maybe, like I said, it's you. Take it as it applies. We're all about accountability over here on this channel. Okay. So whether it's somebody's insecurities, right? Some of you may not be wanting to see the truth in a situation, or like I said, this is someone else that's projecting this onto you, and it's up to you to really see it clearly and not be so loving and so wanting to see give people the benefit of the doubt, to where you're not seeing that it's a facade, that they really don't fuck with you like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I had to come to that conclusion a few times myself, where it's like, damn, people really want me to think that they fuck with me, but they don't. And I know they don't. They don't think I know, but I know. You know what I'm saying? So this is allowing yourself to really see what something is trying to show you, what a situation that's presenting itself is really trying to teach you, what it's really trying to help you see. Okay. And then we have keep your ideas, plans, whereabouts, what you're doing, who you doing it with, and how much you making to yourself. Okay. So all those things about yourself that matter, like your money, what you got going on, how your business is going, whatever it is that you're investing in, all the things, keep that shit to yourself. Not everybody has their highest and best interest in mind. Not everybody wants to see you do well. And that's just the fact of the matter. Okay. So take it as it applies. All right. Like I said, this is why I feel like some of you, this is kind of like an energy of really allowing yourself to be honest with yourself, that not everybody likes you as much as they pretend to. It's like in this, like, again, came up in the last reading I just recorded about sleeping with the enemy. Okay, some of you may be realizing, like, damn, this person really don't fuck with me like that. I'm saying they really don't like me. You know what I mean? They really, and I've been there, right? People want to pop back around, keep coming back around, make you think like, they just want to be a part of your energy. They just want your energy. They don't want you. They don't care about you as a person. And that's just the unfortunate truth, but it's facts. And when you allow yourself to realize that, oh, it's not me, they're just not on your frequency. They're not meant to be in your space. They're not meant to be, they're not meant to go where you're going. That's okay, right? Not everybody signed up for that this lifetime. Not everybody signed up this lifetime to heal. Not everybody signed up this lifetime to ascend, okay? That's just what it is. Not everybody signed up to do the work that's required to attain these things that we're trying to manifest, right? It's just fact of the matter. So let's see, Spirit, what else for the collective as it pertains to the spread? And then we'll jump into the tarot, I promise. And I don't intend on clarifying unless I'm guided to, okay? So keep in mind. But like I said, it's just a preview, sneak peek, okay, to the type of reading that you can get if this is what you choose. So. Thinker, card 44, okay? So something that that's maybe on your mind a lot, okay? Something you've been maybe thinking about this person. Maybe if you're thinking about a particular person, it's likely because this person is thinking about you, okay? And this exact card, showed up in the exact position, okay, at the bottom of the deck from the last reading, all right? Like I said, some of you have come over from that reading to this one, okay? If it found you, this is for you. You have a new life ahead of you, all right? Some of you, that's why something has been coming up more to help you clear that energy, to allow this new life in. It's like you have to allow yourself to embody it. We can't just talk about what we want. We have to start embodying it as if it's here, right? Because it is already here, but you have to align to it, right? It's just like all the shows that are playing in the background are all playing at the same time, but you have to pick the channel, right, to watch it. So even if you switch the channel, right, that show doesn't stop until it's over. That show doesn't stop though. It keeps playing in the background, right? Unless you decide to go back to it, but it's still there. It's already created. The episodes are already up. They're aired, right? For us, for our viewing entertainment, So that's literally how this shit works with our manifestations. It's already here. There's nothing you're creating that's new. It's just a matter of aligning to it, attuning to it, getting on its frequency. Okay. And that's exactly what this reading is talking about. So let's see. Spirit, what else? Anything else for the collective as it pertains to this spread, please? I'm gonna read you guys the bottom of this card in a second here that I just saw at the bottom of the deck of the cards that we were pulling earlier. So abundance at the bottom of this deck. You guys are literally stepping into a life of abundance, a life of having more than enough, having plenty, having everything you asked for and so much more. All right. So at the bottom of this deck, okay, you cannot be replaced or duplicated. Yes. I feel like some of y'all need to accept this about yourself. Some of y'all have not come to that realization that as unique as your fingerprints are, is as unique as you are. Nobody can do things the way you do it. Like, even though there's plenty of tarot readers, it took me quite a while to come to the acceptance that no one has like processes shit the way I do. It's not to put me above or make me better than or act like I'm just super special. No, it's not any of that. It's just different. It's just another way, an alternative way. You know what I'm saying? But still, nobody can put the words together the way my brain processes shit and pulls from all these different, experiences and pieces of wisdom and books and knowledge and quotes and all these shits and compound them and compact them the way that I do. You know what I'm saying? To give a message like this. That's just what the fuck it is. Get over it. Either hate, love it or hate it. But originals are always preferred over a copy. Be authentic. Why was this important? Because that's, again, with this unicorn energy that we just spoke about. Okay, that's why I felt like when I saw the be authentic at the bottom, I was like, I already know. I didn't even read the rest of the card. I just saw that hashtag be authentic. And that's exactly what this unicorn energy is talking about. Some of you are meant to embody that of a unicorn, meaning something that's majestic, something, the spirit of your, like the spirit of your being is unique. The spirit of your being is rare, is majestic, is, royal. Okay. Some of you need to go ahead and just accept it. I am royalty. I'm walking embodiment of royalty. Again, that doesn't make you, like you're just on this pedestal and you're better than everybody else. No, if other people project that onto you, that's just because that's how they fucking see you. And they can just kick rocks with that shit. Okay. Don't let people project on you that way. Okay. So we have discernment and assessing. It's so interesting because these are cards back to back, 10-9, right? There's like people that in your experience that may be trying to pull you backwards. Okay. That may be trying to pull you back to their old timeline or back to the version of you that they remember. Okay. This is again why your boundaries, okay, are important. You're manifesting a whole brand new life here. That comes with being a brand new person. Okay. That doesn't mean that you change the meat suit that you're in, right? But it does mean your actions are different. The way you respond to shit is different. The way you do things are different. Okay. The way you think may be different, right? All that stuff. The things you're interested in is different. Okay. So we have discernment and assessing. So this is about things that are hidden. Okay. It's going to be important for you guys at this time to really discern what is meant for you and what isn't. Okay. Allow yourself to really, look at things from, a zoomed out lens. Okay. Just like she's doing with this telescope. It's like it's like you have to sometimes put the lens of perspective, zoom out so you can see the bigger picture, so you can see what all is there, what all is around that you may not be able to see when you're so up close to it. Okay. That is part of why I do these readings, because like for myself, when I first started this journey, there used to be questions, things that I felt like I'm claircognizant. So there's things that I know, but didn't know. I didn't have proof. I didn't have physical proof, but I knew, right? And so that's what tarot did for me. It gave me that physical proof, right? That I kind of needed for confirmation. It wasn't the proof that my ego wanted, right? Like sometimes we want a text message for proof, right? Sometimes we want to see it with our own eyeballs for proof, right? Proof. But for me, the cards was proof enough, right? It told me what I needed to see. I sometimes come to have to accept that I'm not going to get that text. I'm not going to get that apology. I'm not going to get that, that admittance that I needed, right? That someone can admit that they are wrong, that they can admit that they don't fuck with me for real, like whatever it might be. Confirmation bird. I had to realize that those are some things I'm never going to get, and that's okay. But that's why I started this journey, which is again why I'm doing these readings, because sometimes when you're so close up to a situation, it distorts the view of it. You're not able to see it clearly. You miss some of the details. You miss some of the wisdom and insight that it's trying to give you, right? So that's why it's important, right, for us to sometimes take a step back and allow ourselves to, look, at things from a different perspective, from a zoomed out perspective, so you can see more of what's actually happening versus what you're only able to see when you're so close to it, when it's right in your face. It's very different from when you zoom out and you're like, oh shit, there's so much more going on here. There's way more to this picture, way more to this situation, way more to this experience than I was realizing because I was so close to it, right? So let's get into, where am I tripping? Like, where are my tarot cards? Okay, So let's get into this. So first question is, what energy am I currently exuding, and where am I currently vibrating as it pertains to my manifestations? Okay, so it's a question for the collective spirit. Where are we vibrating currently? What energy are we exuding as it pertains to our manifestations? Okay, so this gives you a baseline to see where you're at, right? Because so that way, if you know you're in the right place, you can just keep doing what you're doing. And if not, then you can make small adjustments, right, to get you there. But it's good to have the awareness, right? So you know what to do. If you don't know where you're starting, how do you know where you're going, right? Spirit for the collective, clear, accurate messages. Where are you vibrating at currently as pertains to your manifestations, please? Some of you, like I was saying earlier, may benefit by doing a journal practice, okay? Adopting a journal practice, even if it's 5 minutes, a few minutes a day, okay? To journal, just get out of your head different ideas or whatever comes up for you, okay? Kind of like automatic writing, where you just start writing and you're not, thinking or questioning or judging what's coming out. You're just letting the pen flow and let it take you where it's trying to go, okay? So we have the Tower in reverse. So some of you, could definitely be someone around you, okay? Or this could be your energy, where it's like someone is really trying to prevent something from falling apart. Someone knows that something is not working. It's not meant to be. It's not destined. It's not, with the Three of Pentacles at the bottom, this could definitely feel like somebody that is around you, okay? Where their life is actively falling apart, or this connection to you, they feel is actively crumbling, okay? And it's like someone is like, feels like holding on for dear life for it to stay the same, and it's not. It will eventually crumble. When the Tower comes out, that is something that is inevitable. It's going to happen one way or another, and especially the Tower being a major arcana. Majors in the tarot represent events that we can put off, we can try to delay, but they are essentially inevitable. That's why they're major, meaning they're going to change your life one way or another. It's not really also always about what happens. It's about how you respond to what happens. Okay. So, right, take it as it applies. But some of you are in this energy of trying to maybe prevent something from falling apart, when instead you would really benefit by just letting it crumble. Okay, whatever that might be, whether it's a job that you can feel like they may be trying to fire you, but you're overworking yourself, you're underpaid, you're undervalued, but you're trying like hell to hold on to that job because maybe a part of you doesn't believe that you can get something better, that so you won't get an interview the next day or something like that. Like some of you, it's like it's happening. You're feeling this crumbling, whatever it is that you've been thinking about really, really hard. Okay, this is that time to just let it fall apart. All right, because there's more going on behind the scenes. It's like, again, it's something, that's being hidden from you at this time, something that you're not able to see, right? But when you allow yourself to assess the situation and really look at what role am I playing here? Is this working? Am I really happy here? Is this really taking me closer to the type of life that I desire to live? And if it's not, you got to let that shit fall, baby. Let that shit fall. Okay. So some of you, that's exactly where you're at right now. And that's why Spirit is saying, again, take those rose colored glasses off. Some of you are not wanting to see a situation for what it is. Some of you are avoiding the Tower by thinking, well, if I hold on a little longer, or if I change, or if I do this, or if I do that, it'll change, or they will change. You can't change people. You're not meant to change people. People have to want to change. All you can do is inspire through your own example. You can inspire people to change, but you can't make anybody do anything, right? So let's see. A second question is, what release, alignment, or mindset shift will strengthen my magnetic field? Okay, so let's see. What release, alignment, or mindset shift will strengthen my magnetic field? Page of Potions. So this is about optimism. Okay, this is about your creativity. Okay, this is also about that childlike sense of curiosity, of wonder. Okay, allowing that part of you that allow your inner child, which is your truest self. Okay, that was here first before we became adults and before we became aware of all the shit that's going on, and trauma and emotions and all that stuff. Your inner child was here first. Okay, so this is about reconnecting to that piece of you, to that part of you that is still with you, no matter how old you get, no matter what the fuck happens in life, no matter how broken down you might feel. Okay, your inner child is still there, right? So this is about reconnecting to that part of you. Okay, getting outside, how you reconnect to it. I've been talking to my inner child every day. That is a practice that I picked up from this book that I've been reading, and it's basically he calls it soul talk. I call it sacred soul conversations. And it's basically where I wake up in the rising, right? And before I get out of my bed, before I start meditating, and I just start talking to my inner child, I ask her, is she awake? You know, and I speak to her as if kind of like she was my daughter, right? And I say, baby girl, are you up? You know, because that's what my mom used to call me, baby girl. And so, which she still does. My mom still calls me that now because I correct her and told her to not call me a brat because that's not my name. I'm not a brat. So after we got that squared away, now she calls me baby girl again. But so anyway, I'll ask her like, baby girl, you're awake, you know, and I'll just lay there with my eyes closed and talk to her and just like, I just want to tell you how much I love you and how, you know, funny you are and how creative you are and how much fun I have connecting with you. And I'm so grateful, you know, how forgiving you are. And just you pour into your inner child in all the different ways that maybe you weren't poured into as a child, right? You start connecting with that inner child that way. And what that does is it starts healing your inner child. It helps rebuild and restore the trust in your inner child with your inner child. Okay. That which also heals your root chakra. Okay. Your root chakra is where your childhood trauma is stored, okay, in your body, which also governs your sense of safety, security, stability, your money, okay, your foundation, your home, right? It's all interconnected, right? So as you allow yourself to find little practices like that to connect with your inner child, to make your inner child feel safe again, to let your inner child know that, yes, you know, even though things may have happened when, you know, when we were little type of thing, I'm here for you now, right? I got you now. Even though you weren't protected properly the way you should have been back then or whatever, I got you now. Okay, I'm here for you now. And that restores that trust. That helps you, you know, it helps you tap back into your creativity, okay, into this optimism, the sense of, you know, like curiosity because you're not scared, right? We're curious as kids because we weren't afraid. But it's not till life started happening and our parents and guardians and people around us started projecting their fears onto us that we took them on because why? We trusted them. We trusted them to be a guide. We trusted them to tell us the right thing. But a lot of them didn't even fucking know themselves. And that's just pure truth, right? A lot of them just didn't know. They did their best with their consciousness, their level of awareness at that time, based on working with their own traumas, their own projections, right? So, let's see. Third question is, what inspired action can we take to anchor ourselves into the timeline that holds this manifestation? So what is an aligned action that we could take to anchor ourselves into this timeline that holds this manifestation? The world. Okay, two major arcanas here. The world. This is about closing the cycle. This is acknowledging that you have successfully closed the cycle. If you know that you haven't, this is about doing what you know, what you feel guided in your heart, okay? Because your intuition is not going to lie to you, okay? This is about assessing. That's what this assessing is about, okay? You may not be able to see it. It may not be just coming to you plain as day, but when you assess, meaning you take some time to actually ask the question, what do I need to do? What needs to be closed out? Who do I need to let go of? What, you know, experience or, you know, something am I still holding on to that would really benefit me in releasing and letting go and forgiving, if that's what needs to happen, right? What cycle am I still looping, right? What keeps continuing to play out in my life that is ready to be released, right? Allow us to ask the question. It's like we have to ask the right question to get the proper answer. And a lot of us are scared of what we're going to hear. So we don't even bother asking because we don't want to know. I've gone through that. I've experienced, I've lived that, right? But when you get tired of feeling like you're repeating the same shit, but through a different person or the same thing, just a different day, it's like you got to be like, yo, something's got to fucking give. And that's the point I got to. I got tired. I got tired of feeling the same thing, dealing with the same shit. And then I aligned with different practices. I aligned with the resources to attract it. This book came to me as a gift and it's been a fucking game changer. That's just what it is. But I first decided that I was tired. I asked Spirit, please show me what I need to see. Support me in moving forward. Support me in, you know, identifying what cycles need to be broken. What am I looping that is keeping me in this fucking place? What am I avoiding, right? That needs to fucking crumble, that has already been done, but I just haven't let it go. What cycle needs to be closed? What can I close? What has been closed successfully that I just haven't acknowledged that I've closed already, right? Because some of you are doing better than you think you are, but you haven't asked the question, right? So you still think that you're still in the old timeline, but you really shifted. I don't know. Okay. So let's clarify this. Okay. I don't want to make this too long, but do what I'm guided. So I'm going to clarify this energy and get a little bit more details to help you out. Okay. Whoever this is that I'm connecting to. All right. So let's see. Spirit, clarify the tower. Why is the tower here in reverse for this reading? Why is the tower here, please? Why is tower in reverse? What is that about? Very accurate messages for the collective. Why is the tower here in reverse, please? What is that about? Eight of Pentacles flipped over, but it didn't come out, so I'm not going to take it. But Five of Swords came out in reverse. Whoa, and the King of Cups. Interesting. So for some of you, this is about somebody releasing something that has been essentially manipulative. Some of you, this could definitely be a person, okay, that is essentially blocking your manifestations, or that you've ended a cycle with, okay? This could definitely be somebody that is like in your residuals, like you could feel the residual of their energy. But it's like they may be trying to hold on to your energy to prevent their shit from falling apart. You see what I'm saying? Especially when people have racked up karma, right? It's like based on the energy that they put out, it's going to swing back. That pendulum has to swing back. And the harder it swings forward, the more force that it has when it comes back, right? And it feels like for some of you, there's someone in your experience that is coming back around, that is trying to either have a new start with you. This could also be in a form of an apology of some sort, right? In order to get back in your good graces and to try to avoid their karma. Okay, that's not for all of you, but that's for some of you. Some of you are literally on the brink of a new life. You're on the brink of a whole new beginning, right? And it's going to be important for you to have boundaries at this time, okay? Especially when it comes to your manifestations, to not tell people what you got going on, not tell people what you're going for, or the goals you have. Keep it to yourself, okay? Because this really feels like an energy of someone who was maybe once at one point manipulative, okay? Used to fuck with your mind, okay? Used to keep you stuck in your mind, argue with you a lot, right? Pick fights with you, okay? But now that you're in this place of peace where you're just like, I don't got time for that, okay? It's like things are falling apart because you're no longer playing their game. That's where the tower crumbles, is when we're no longer fighting to keep it up, okay? To keep it, in place, right? When you stop playing the game, all the cards fall, right? Everything falls, right? So some of you are really being guided here to allow it to fall apart. All the stress that some of you have been having, all the maybe conflicts in your mind, right? The conflict is this again, another fucking swords card, right? Oh, that was from the last reading. Holy shit. Like I said, some of you really need to go watch the previous reading, same shirt, okay, that I just recorded. Because literally all swords energy came out clarifying that original spread. And this feels like a carryover for some of you, okay? There's a message there for some of you, because there's another swords card, and that's what made me think of all these swords. And I looked down, I'm like, oh shit, there aren't no swords here. So again, that's what I'm saying. Some of you, this is like, it's something you're not seeing. You're seeing something in one way, but there's more going on. You need to really assess the situation, and also, but not only that, take accountability for your role in the situation, okay? But it's like this, if you allow this tower to fall, all the conflicts that some of you have been experiencing mentally, okay, really just overthinking, okay, being constantly in your head, feeling like you're maybe going crazy, all that shit will end, okay? And you will come to a place of peace. You will come to a place of emotional balance and restoration when you allow this tower to fall, whatever this is for you, okay? However that applies. Some of you really need to know that some of you aren't letting it fall because there is maybe an abandonment wound here, something that again happened as a child, okay? That could be part of what this is that we're scared to let things fall apart out of fear that we won't be able to rebuild afterwards, or something better won't come in its place. That's all coming from fear of rejection, okay? Or I'm sorry, abandonment, okay? That's all what that is. that abandonment wound is coming up, but in different ways. Okay. And so for some of you, that is what this world is representing, right? Allowing yourself to identify, where did I feel abandoned? Where did my inner child feel abandoned, to where even though as toxic as something might be, I refuse to let it go out of fear that I won't do better. Maybe how is somebody, allowing yourself to see how somebody has manipulated your mind so well, gaslit you so well to make you think that you can't do better without them. Okay. That could be something that you've carried on when you came out your mother's womb space. Okay. That's that root chakra energy, right? Again, where your childhood trauma is stored. If your mother went through that, you took that energy on with you when you came into this world. Even if you didn't personally experience it, you're still carrying that energy inside of your body, right? And so this is, again, something, like I said, whatever it is that you've been thinking a lot about that's been maybe on your mind, okay? You have a new life that's waiting to happen for you, right? But you have to be willing to let go, let fall apart, whatever it is that's trying to fall apart, and trust that what's on the other side of that, okay, that again is unseen and hidden, is going to be way better than what it is you're releasing. Okay. Abundance with new life. Like, I'm just saying, it don't get no better. It really don't. Okay. It really don't. So let's keep going. So we're going to clarify the page of potions. Why is the page of cups here? Woo. See what I'm saying? Six of Swords. Again, another swords card. You see what I'm saying? Please go watch that other reading. Okay. I'm not trying to get you to watch another video just to get views. Fuck that shit. Okay. There's a message there. And this card, I believe this card came out in that reading as well. Okay. Six of Swords. This is about moving on. This is about things improving. Okay. This is about literally the 5 to the 6. This is literally coming out of this energy and moving towards something better. Okay. This is like the conflict, and then the calmness that comes after that, the calm after the storm. You see what I'm saying? So some of you are really being asked to, you know what I'm saying, really look at that, right? 9 of Cups, wish fulfillment. You see what I'm saying? There's so much more, there's so much better on the other side of whatever this is that some of you are really trying your hardest to not let fall apart. Okay. It's like your inner child is ready to move on. Okay. You have new beginnings, you have fresh starts, you have other things like creativity that's waiting for it to be birthed, but you have to let this fall apart first. It's like this, whatever this energy is for some of you, is really holding up your manifestations at this time. Some of you are trying so hard to take people with you that are not meant to go. They didn't do the work. And even and for me, I've had to take the time to learn that the work, right, is really not nearly as physical as it is spiritual and energetic. So so yeah, like I was saying, when people used to ask me about what do you do for work, and it would be kind of awkward because it's like, I'm still building my brand. I'm still building my business, right? I work for myself, right? I'm a spiritual consult. I'm a professional tarot reader. Like I do a lot of things. I'm a certified Reiki master. Like I do a lot, right? But people wouldn't understand that, because my life didn't look a certain way, that they couldn't fathom that, oh, well, you don't work for someone, right? You don't have a 9 to 5. But then that must not be valid when it's like, do you know how much work I'm doing energetically? That's why I've been able to carry myself for all these years while building my business, while not having the type of income I know I deserve, right? I've been doing the work energetically, and a lot of people can't see that. My work just looks different, right? So some of you, this could, this is like trying to take you to that new life, right? Where things just look different for you. Okay. Let's see. Oh, clarify the world, Spirit. Interesting. Clarify the world, please. Why is it here for the collective? Why is the world here? The world is clarified by the Queen of Cups. Okay. Yeah. This is about your own emotions. Okay. You're, again, another creative energy though. Okay. This is your feminine energy. So this is closing a cycle. This could also be tied to a mother wound for some of you. But this is also about doing what you feel is best. Okay, honoring yourself. Whatever you feel is being guided to close whatever cycle it feels in your spirit. This is about connecting to your womb space, your sacral chakra. Okay, that's where your emotions are stored. Is connecting to that space and asking, what do I need to release? Right? Tapping into that emotional space. Some of us don't like to face the emotions that we're holding, not realizing we shouldn't be holding emotions anyway. They're not meant to be held. Emotions are literally energy in motion. They're not meant to be held. They're meant to be felt and released, right? If you start treating, like I recently started treating emotions as spirits, meaning if I decide, because I now identify them as like a spirit, when certain emotions attach to me, those are spirits that have attached to me, and therefore I can talk to them. They have a consciousness. And by me observing it from that lens of perspective, that means that I can talk to them and ask them, what are you trying to teach me? Like grief, what are you trying to teach me? Worry, what are you trying to teach me? Self-doubt, what are you trying to teach me? What way do you serve me, right? And it gives me answers. Do you know how liberating that shit has been? It's so fucking freeing to treat emotions like spirits, right? And you ask them questions, and then you allow yourself to actually receive the answer because you allow yourself to connect and receive the medicine that it's giving you. It's fucking next level. It's the next level. Okay, anything else, Spirit, for the collective? So this is about the aligned action, okay? So this is about feeling into it, allow yourself to feel the feelings, right? Of maybe whatever the cycle is that's closing for you, okay? Being in your truth, being honest with yourself with the King of Swords here, but also, feeling what you need to feel, and then putting your emotions aside to make a logical decision to do what is best for you in regards to whatever needs to be cleared, whatever cycle needs to be closed, whatever door needs to be shut, right? This is about feeling into that, allowing the feminine energy to give you that crown mode, to drop it down to you and tell you what needs to be done. And then you step into your masculine energy, right? That's how we literally balance the masculine and feminine energy within us, letting the feminine give you the instruction, and the masculine energy is what puts it into action, is what actually takes, that idea or whatever that information was and does something with it, right? This is, what some of you, this is the action that you're being required to take to close this cycle, whatever that is for you. You've been thinking about it a lot. It's maybe been on your mind. You need to end this relationship. You need to quit this job. You need to get out of this environment, whatever that is for you. Okay. You have things that are trying to be manifested, but it's a matter of allowing yourself to be real with yourself, be honest with yourself, see things clearly, okay, to clear the fog, right? Stop, allow yourself to really feel into what this is for you. Even if you can't maybe see it visibly, when you feel into it, your body will tell you, right? And this is about acknowledging that truth, the truth that comes from, that session, okay, of asking the question, receiving the answer, and being honest with yourself about what you're receiving, not trying to cover it up or cupcake it to make it look, better or less than what it is, or less harsh or less intense than what it is. Let it be what the fuck it is, right? That's where we have to put our emotions aside and use our logic in the situation, okay? Because when we operate from emotions in that way, right, that can distort our judgment, our sense of judgment, right? It's not to say don't feel your feelings, but it is to say to, when you make decisions, okay, make sure that you're really thinking about it logically, okay? So, yeah. Whew. This was intense. So that's what you're being guided to do here, okay? To manifest the life that you want, the life that you desire. It's going to require you to let this tower fall, whatever that is for you, okay? To really allow yourself to get curious about what's on the other side of this. If I do it, am I safe? Am I protected? Get curious about, well, if I let this end, what could be on the other side of this? Get curious about that. What life is waiting for me on the other side that I just can't see? What's over this hill that I've not yet crossed, that I've not gotten to the top of yet, right? Allow yourself to play with those ideas, and that may help you actually come to this place of letting a cycle close, letting this door shut, whatever that is for you, okay? Allow yourself to feel into that, right? Connect with your emotions, honor your emotions, honor how you feel about a situation, and then allow your masculine energy to step in and take care of it and make the cut, okay? Make that cut, shut that door, whatever that might be for you, okay? And that is what's going to let in this new life. We have to allow energy to clear to let in something new, right? So that's what I have for you. If this reading resonated, if you did enjoy it, let me know in the comments. I love y'all so much. Please like, share, subscribe if you have not. And again, for those of you that are interested in booking a reading for yourself, whether it's this or any other service that I have, you can find those on my beacons page, Elevate Your Energy. All right. Or you can always email me or send me a DM on TikTok or Facebook. I don't have an IG anymore. So, all right. I love you so much. Until next time. Howdy.